Comic-Con's coming up, the big one. I gotta find a place to crash. Knocks on wood.
Rise from your grave.
I'm Russian Alex and I do whatever it takes. Wait a minute, let me get this straight. You don't game at all.
No, I'm a sore loser.
No.
And I lack hand-eye coordination.
Born to lose, live to win. But my point, you used dopest beats that are probably going to be playing when this is all finished.
Yeah.
Because you always use Streets of Rage, which always makes me go nuts.
Well, Streets of Rage and also Eternal Champions.
Do you remember in the 90s, well, they still exist, do you remember Bone Thugs and Harmony, the old 90s rap group from Cleveland? Their best album, they actually sampled a lot of Eternal Champions. And I found that out like way later as an adult, because I'm playing the game or I'm listening to the soundtrack of the game and I'm just like, Battletoad music slapped, GoldenEye obviously.
Oh, what about Golden Axe?
See, I like Castlevania, I like Ninja Turtles, but all that is Konami. Konami's kind of, yeah.
Well, that's why I've been using Sega. I've been using Sonic the Hedgehog. And then, how deep are you into Warhammer 40K?
Oh man, you know, funny you asked that because that's what I was doing. I was recording for my Twitch channel. The new patch came out for Space Marine 2.
Nice.
And the new patch is Space Wolves, which is my furry favorite chapter. Cause yeah, fuck sorcery, it's all about melee.
Oh, in your face.
For me, my favorite group that I never really got into it.
Yeah, but you know the lore, dude. I quote stuff to you all the time for shits and giggles, and you're like, you respond with like knowledge. Like when I yell blood for the blood god, you know what I'm talking about. So
yeah. Well, that and also the thing about it too is Aztec mythology actually has something like that too. I just know them all by color because you know I'm a gringo.
What did you say, dickhead?
I'll repeat myself.
They have a plague god. Basically, that's probably how they got the idea of his title. All their sacrifices to him and all like, oh, they got that from Aztec stuff.
Yeah, dude, everything is inspired by something else. You know, the whole idea of gods is basically like Cthulhu-esque lore. And
that thing this afternoon, I'm so angry. It was chaos, fucking chaos.
What are you talking about, huh? I mean, today was great. Chaos is great. Chaos is what killed the dinosaurs, darling.
Actually, I just went to a Warhammer store in Glendale. Shout out to Kyle. He's the man. It's awesome talking to, like, heads that know more than you, because, you know, you got 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. So I'm just soaking up all this lore that I'm learning. Like, he was telling me all this shit about how female custodies and even female Astartes technically are okay. Like, they're part of the original lore. So you shouldn't get mad at Warhammer for bringing that in. The real reason they were kind of phased out or written out is, quite frankly, they didn't sell as miniatures.
Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
Because the main aspect of 40K is painting the miniatures, not so much video games or any other stuff. That's just catching up now and TV shows that's happening now. Originally, it was just miniatures, which is one aspect that I'm like really trying to avoid because I like money. And people who collect miniatures, they part with their money real fast.
Who wants to live forever? Who wants to live in paradise?
I remember I had a set back in the day. I had a friend named Sean who showed me it, and the clan he was into, Blood Angels.
The vampires, vampires.
Yeah. The cannibals.
Honestly, it's the Blood Angels and the Space Wolves are kind of the 2 popular chapters, so I'm kind of like...
We're the generation that got everything it wanted, when it wanted it, man. At the millennium, we partied like it was 1999. And then we had a 10-year fucking hangover, man.
What about Ultramarines, man? Ultramarines, like, come on.
Well, Ultramarine, the blueberries are like the...
It's summer all the time, but not a bikini to be seen.
They're the red, white, and blues. What do you want? But I don't mind them, dude. Like, they're cool. I get why they're the face of the franchise. You know what I mean?
Gotta masturbate to a woman blinking fast.
Comes from the UK. The UK flag is red, white, and blue. America's red, white, and blue. You know, it's the republicanism by the people for the people. So I get it. I'm okay with it. But as far as popularity, Blood Angels are the most popular chapter by far.
Well, because they're vampires.
And they have the coolest Primarch.
A story we agree to tell each other over and over till we forget that it's a lie.
Sanguinius is by far one of the most popular Primarchs because his sacrifice, it's part of the whole aura of what it means to be the Space Marine. Forever duty to the God Emperor of Man.
Oh yeah!
The 2 channels I watch on YouTube about Warhammer, obviously Luke, and then there's this one American guy.
Okay, faggot, what's next?
Remember X-Mutants?
No.
It was based off a Malibu comic.
Malibu Comics Entertainment Inc., also known as Malibu Graphics, was an American comic book publisher active in the late 80s and early 90s, each best known for its Ultraverse line of superhero titles. Notable titles published by Malibu include Man in Black, company's headquarters was in Calabasas, California.
It was invented in Calabasas.
which was an independent company that later on got bought up by Marvel.
The company's imprint included Adventure, Oracle, and Eternity.
Everybody got that?
Malibu was initially a publisher for Image Comics from 1992 to 1993.
Put out a few comics in their own little universe, which was X-Mutants, Dinosaur for Hires, and The Protectors.
I remember Malibu because I think they used to make the Mortal Kombat comic books in the 90s. Blood and Thunder.
Finish him.
This X-Mutants is also a reboot of another thing that came out in the 80s.
Takes me back.
And they put out a video game in the early 90s at coincide with the comics. After a reboot of something, everybody's a fucking, like a mutated, thing. Professor Kildare, he's a cyborg scientist who wants to bring back the human race. So he finds 6 people, 3 guys and 3 girls. He'll be human again. And all the fucking mutants want to, hunt them down. And
Chaos is a ladder.
in the original one of the 80s, the 1 guy and 3 girls, you know what the guy's name was? Belushi. In the reboot, Aykroyd. It's like, I know what you did there.
Was there a Chevy Chase?
What the fuck?
But what's really funny is reading the video game guide, because it has a direct description of the characters. It's so a product of its time. There's Aykroyd, Shannon, the leader guy, Dylan, the blonde chick, Piper, the dorky ginger kid, Bud, and of course, the femme fatale, tall, badass chick, Tanya. Like, the description of her just sounds like he's just jerking off to some chick. It says that
I
she...
remember the video game that came out in, what was it? It was on Sega back in
Yeah,
the day.
Sega Genesis.
I never bought it, but I remember seeing fucking it.
I remember renting it, and then when Kmart was going out of business, so I got X-Mutants. What's really funny is, you know how, sometimes you want to play the games, you can go to the soundboard, get the sound effects and music and shit. But what's funny is every time a girl gets hurt, she makes like an orgasm noise. It's unintentionally sexual and funny.
It's like Chun-Li fucking getting knocked out in Street Fighter.
And think about it too, you can only play as Aykroyd and Shannon, kind of like with Battletoads.